Is there a great future for Labour in Scotland, though? You're way behind in the polls ahead of the elections next year. Can I ask on principle, if the SNP wins the most votes, the most seats, does John Swinney have the right to form a government?
Well, let me first say we've got an excellent candidate in Anas for First Minister.
Yes, but I want to ask you on the principle, Prime Minister.
Make a transformative
If the SNP
change.
get the most votes and the most seats, does John Swinney have the right to form a government?
Well, of course he can form a government, but I mean, we're a long way out from the elections, long way out from the outcome.
And again, sorry, on the principle, this is important to some people in Scotland. If the SNP or pro-independence parties win a majority, can they hold a second independence referendum?
I think that is a complete distraction. I've often thought it was a distraction deployed when the SNP cannot defend their record in government. What we're talking about at this election is giving the SNP a third decade in power. Now, look what they've done with the NHS, with so many people on the waiting list. Look what they've done with education across Scotland.
Nevertheless, they are leading in the polls, Prime Minister. If they win a majority, will you allow, that is in your power, it's your decision, will you allow a second independence referendum?
At the last budget, we had a record settlement for Scotland, more money than has ever been given to Scotland under the budget.
You're not answering my question.
I will come to that. I just want to
Well, we're
make
nearly
this
out of
point,
time, sir.
Because the point about independence for me is it's a distraction tactic which is always deployed by the SNP when they don't want a discussion about their
You won
record.
a majority at the last election. You're doing things that weren't in your manifesto. If the SNP win a majority, why can't they do what's in their manifesto?
I'm expressing my deeply held view that whenever the SNP are pressed on their record in office,
But you're not
they will
ruling it
go
out.
to- they
You're
will
not
go
ruling
to-
out an independence
We're
referendum.
not having an independence referendum. It is a
So you are
distraction.
ruling it out. It
is
won't happen.
It won't happen. It is a distraction.
Despite,
But it is-
even if they win a majority.
It is a distraction from the record of the SNP.
We're nearly out of time, Prime Minister. If Labour fails to defeat the SNP after 19 years, does the buck stop with you?
Well, we're at the early stage of the campaign. We've got an excellent
Does the buck stop with
candidate
you, Prime Minister?
Anas, and we're going to run a positive campaign.
Is it your
into that
responsibility?
election. We are going to run a positive campaign into that election, and we're going to fight for and earn every vote.
Thank you very much.